Good morning. Well, I've been making quite a few of these little old American cross flags, and I'm gonna make some more of them. They've been selling pretty good. So, but I gotta get the wood ready first. And this wood here has rough. And all get out of some fence pickets from Lowe's. So I gotta plane that down. And they got a lot of bow in them. You got quite a bit of bow in these boards. Well, in order to plane these things, get that bow out of them, I'm going to cut them to roughly the length they need to be for the pieces. On this one, I think these are 11 inches, and then all these are 3 inches, but I'm going to cut, see, there's 9 of those, so that'd be 27 plus a sawhurst. You're looking at least 28, 29 inches. So I'll cut these boards up into rough lengths, and that'll flatten them out a lot. And then I can bring them out here and run them through the planer and smooth them down and get all this rough stuff off. Alright. Now this one fence picket, I can get 3 of those little cross flags and 3 crosses. But to get this board pile in, I'm going to cut him up in pieces. Then we'll go out there and we'll plane him down smooth. Well, I got a whole bunch of pieces cut up to make those little flag crosses, and I got some other stuff cut up back here that I'll make later. But right now I got to do some sanding, and I don't figure y'all want to watch me sand no more than I want to do it, so I'll go get all that done, and then I'll be back when I get finished with sanding. These little ones, you really have to watch out on them because they get hot, burn your fingers. These 3-inch pieces, they're going to go up here on top, bottom, looks like so. But to get them centered, this is 11 inches, and this is 3 inches, 3 from 11 to 8. So if I measure in from one side, that'll give me 4 inches on either side. Measure in 4 inches, and then get them flush on the ends and bring them together. And that's what's going to separate my blue and my red. Put a little thin line right there on top. That way when I glue it, in case there's a little gap, it won't be no won't see no wood color. And this being the bottom will stain all the way across. Now we just wipe it off. Now, if you're wondering, this is what I'm staining it with. I got that done at Lowe's. And I got some white and I got some red. So that gets one, and I got a whole bunch more to do, so I'm going to cut you off, and I'm going to go get all the blue on here, and then we'll come back and we'll start moving the tape and getting the red ones and the white ones. Well, that gets all the blue stain on there, and they dry, and I done pulled the tape off. So the next step is the top one will be a white one, the bottom one will be red. So now we got to put a tape on the blue side so we can go back and stain the other end. Alright, I got everything moved outside there, and we got our pieces of stain. We got our blue ones, our white ones, and our red ones. And we're going to line this stuff up. I got a 3/4 inch brads in there. So we're going to turn these over and make sure the white one's on top. And then let's see, we'll start with the red. And make sure we start with the one with the solid side. And have that pointed down. And then we alternate. We got a red, a white, red, white. red and white. Even them up. Bring this in. And we'll get them right on that line where the red and the blue separate there. And then we do our blue ones. And we got one that's got blue on top, so he'll go up here on top. Let me walk around here to the other side so I can make sure they're lined up. Alright, we'll get them lined up right there. Make sure they all flush. And I'm going to put this up there, and I'm just going to eyeball it for center. And we'll split the difference between the top one and the bottom one. I just make me a line where I know where to put the glue. Alright. Need a 3/4 inch brad I'm putting in there. Well, that gets one done. Now I got about 17, 18 more to go. Alright, well, that gets them all put together. Getting about sundown, so I'm going to get these things inside so they don't get rained on. And tomorrow we'll put the stars on. And I'll put just a few more pieces out here just keep from getting any splatter on them. Alright, that ought to be enough. Now, this thing tends to bow up a little bit right there. So I'll just take a stick and hold him down flat. Well, there you go. Getting started on it. Yeah. Alright, well, that gets this one done. Got a question for you though. Before, when I started staining, I forgot to burn a couple of them. And I went ahead and I left about 4 or 5 of them plain like this. So you got the plain one and you got the burnt one. So, if you don't mind, leave me a comment down there and tell me which one you like the best. Personally, I like this burnt one better, but I figure some folks might want one that ain't burnt, so I made 4 or 5 of them. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.